Purple Daily is daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
Gentlemen,
Write this down. Write it down. You like writing things down.
welcome to another Write That Down Wednesday here on Purple Daily, where we keep track of our predictions with statistics like absolute fools, showing you how wrong we are on a regular basis. Nobody else in the country, to our knowledge, does anything like it because they're not stupid. They don't teeter on career suicide every week.
They don't have the stones to do it. That's the problem.
Yeah, the grapefruits.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sam Cassell.
The gravitas. So we'll get into our accountability session predictions. We have a hottest Vikings take also on this Wednesday. Quick Trip powering us here, getting our long 4th of July weekend started the right way, Judd.
Most definitely. You know what? Quick Trip not only wants to make your life convenient, they also want to make you a winner with their Mountain Dew Quick Climb. Now through August the 17th, play each day for free in the Quick Rewards app and score bonus plays with every eligible item that you grab. That includes Pepsi, it includes Mountain Dew, Gatorade, Propel, Sparkling Bubbler, Starbucks, Pure Leaf. Grab one of those with hot food and earn 2 bonus plays. Every week, someone's cashing in. Now I've got your attention. Each week, the prize climbs by $5,000. The one player who reaches the top will win $250,000. Just open your Quick Rewards app, get climbing for a chance to win with Quick Trip and Mountain Dew. No purchase necessary. See full rules at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Wow, that's a lot of goodness right there.
Write this down.
You can be a winner. Also, NABC, North American Banking Company, is presenting Write That Down every single week here on Purple Daily. Minnesota-based since 1998. And I can tell you the things that you'll notice when you walk into a North American Banking Company location, 6 locations in the metro. Friendly, knowledgeable people that take the time to learn about you, like who you are as an actual human, as opposed to just like an account on a website. And they prioritize safety and security of your account. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, could be checking and savings, could be help with a new mortgage, could be planning for a new business, something bigger. nabankco.com/Mackey to learn more. That's nabankco.com/Mackey. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Write this down.
All right. Let's get into how this works here on Write That Down. Yes, even in the dead of the offseason, we are making predictions about the Minnesota Vikings and the football world. 3 of them each week. They must be quantifiable. Those are really the main rules here. The season runs from Super Bowl to Super Bowl, so we're kind of in the calm before the training camp storm here. We keep track of completion percentage and touchdowns on the show. And listeners, if you want to participate, like Alex is about to make his return, you can send Declan a note through the Score North app, and we'll try to get you scheduled for some time this year. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it. Let's see them.
Write this down.
Let's unveil them.
Are you ready? Start with Judd. Not much coming off the board here.
Okay, good.
So in the absence of that, we'll highlight some things still on the board. So you said, it's funny, I feel like you're kind of doing this right now with N'Keal Alexander-Walker on Wolves Twitter, where you get all bristly when a player departs a Minnesota team.
No, you know what? Let me clarify that. That's not true because I have no resentment against the guy who departs.
Tweeting about N'Keal.
What I get bristly about is when the fan base is like, let's bring everybody back. I love everybody. It's just not possible. I defer to the team, which has to make business decisions. Now we can debate those, of course, but it's like, okay, Nas, who I think that there probably would have been a riot if Nas had left. He gets kept.
What do you do with all the towels, you know?
Julius gets kept. And then it's like, but N'Keal, he left, and look, first of all, good for him. He got a good contract. He's going to get way more playing time. I get bristly though when it's like, let's just keep the team. Let's keep the guys. I love the guys. It's like that's not how professional sports ever worked.
Yeah, that's right. You can't love a player. You can't love a player.
You might have been in the 50s. Well, you can love a player, but just be prepared to pivot off that guy and get a new jersey.
Right, but the second part of this is, and this is what you did with this prediction still on the board, then you lash out at the player who left.
Well,
like you said, Seattle will bench Sam Darnold at some point in the 2025 season.
Yes, because I do
lashing out.
Well, I'm not lashing out. I just think that he was the rising tides here of Kevin O'Connell and the offense helped him, and I'm not so sure that he's going to find as much of a fit. We've all seen guys leave and then various teams and not be as successful. So I'm banking on the regression because of the supporting cast and the coaching staff.
Yeah. So this is more of a Kevin O'Connell appreciation prediction than it is Sam Darnold.
You got to bring back
slander.
Sam Darnold. How can you let him go? Pay him whatever.
I love Judd with former players. Okay, I have this still on the board here. Carson Wentz will be a Viking between now and week 1 or whenever this is made. He's still a free agent. I don't think he's just this morning doing a quick search across the internet. I think he's still like one of the premier backup options available in free agency.
Right.
So there is we're going to leave it on the board, obviously, between now and week 1, but Judd's Camp Notes has flagged some uncertainty with the QB2 situation. So is there still a chance that like a Carson Wentz could be summoned during training camp or before week 1?
Boy, I don't know. It is weird. Now, he was where? He was Mahomes' backup last year in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird that he hasn't just signed as like a second or third guy.
And then there was like a fake report somewhere, like one of those like Facebook accounts or something that said that he actually was about to become the quarterbacks coach for NDSU.
Oh,
But
really?
I think that turned out to be, that was like in March.
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
So, well, we'll keep an eye.
What a step down.
Let's see here. Still on the board for the listeners. Omar said Aaron Rodgers will sign with the Steelers, which he did, but then he parlayed it and said the Vikings will beat Pittsburgh by 10 or more points when they play in the regular season. So we'll have to see if the Vikings do that. Okay, let me ask you guys this. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will directly or indirectly get Mike Tomlin dismissed after almost 2 decades in Pittsburgh?
Is it possible? Like, no, I don't, because I've seen like that franchise, as long as the Rooneys own the franchise, they just don't fire coaches.
Yeah.
So like in most places, I'd say absolutely. But in this case, I don't know it's possible.
Yeah, we'll see. And then Declan actually had 2 things come off the board here. He used June as an end date incorrectly on these 2. You said Josh Metellus would have a new contract at some point before the end of June.
Come on, Quace.
And Kirk Cousins will be traded in the month of June.
Terrible Terry.
Yeah, I think Metellus probably gets that contract extension. They used to do it right at the beginning or before training camp. I feel like now it's become a right before the regular season thing.
Which is kind of dicey because then you get players who fake ear infections and not that like non-specific examples, just a general.
Yeah,
example.
no, of course not. And I don't think Metellus will do. I don't think he'll say I'm dizzy. I can't practice.
It's the vertigo. How about $17 million a year? I feel great.
Oh my God, my
deal?
vertigo is cleared up. Yeah.
It's the gout. How about $15 million a year? My gout is gone. That's crazy. Is it a 2 a day? Let's go. So here's the stats on the season here. And again, we have the full regular season to go. So these are going to change drastically. But right now, I'm at 58.8% completions. Judd, 45.5%. Declan, 37.8%. Listeners at 26.7%. Judd and I each have 3 touchdowns. Declan with 2. Listeners still looking for their first touchdown on the season. And then career stats dating back to 2021 on Purple Daily. Declan, 36.8%. I'm at 35.1%, just ahead of Judd, 35%. Listeners, 24.2%. I lead the touchdown category with 61. Listeners just behind at 60. Declan, 55 tuds. Judd with 50. So let's get Alex. Alex is one of the rare guest listener predictors who's been on every possible variation of like a guest appearance. So you've done Ventline, you've done both Write That Downs, Purple Daily.
Yeah, this is the first time on Purple Daily. I've been on the regular one.
And the OG edition. Yeah, we should, much like the SNL 5-Timers Club that Declan referred to before we turned the mics on here. We need like a gold jacket or something for guys like Alex who've like they've gone across all the shows, or it's like the third time on Write That Down or something. But welcome back, Alex, and you're in Sweden, correct?
Yeah.
So do you remind us? Do you have like friends in Sweden that are also Vikings fans, or are you just like a lone Vikings fan out there?
No, yeah, I got buddies. Actually, me and 2 of my buddies got tickets to the London game, so we're going to be going to that. And then I think I have like 6 or 7 buddies that we're in a little group chat, and we talk Vikings nonstop. And I've sent them all links to your guys' shows, and so now you have like a little cultish following here in the middle of Sweden.
Let's do it.
Beautiful. I will say this. I love your shirt. That's a very Judd-like shirt. That's a fantastic shirt. Comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great shirt. Yeah, that's a fan. Yes, when I wear button-up shirts, that is exactly my type of shirt.
Judd with for the audio audience, it's like a kind of a navy blue button-up short sleeve, or is it purple? I can't really tell, but there's like stripes.
Blue. It's blue.
I'm gonna take that as a big compliment if Sports Dad and I have the same fashion sense.
Yeah, I love that shirt. Yeah.
With some Chuck Taylors, low-profile socks. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Profile socks. Dawn gets so mad. She's like, why do you wear socks at all? You don't need to wear socks. I'm like, because it's comfortable. I like socks.
I feel like you're more like a lot of guys, not to like throw shade here, but like a lot of guys in their 50s wear the pull-up socks.
Oh, God,
you know?
I hate those.
Oh, not with shorts?
And
no.
Yeah, and you've got the good fashion sense to either wear the no-shows or just like the short socks.
Yeah, like these.
You know? Why do you have a sock
Because
within
his laundry's in
reach?
there.
My laundry's right here.
His laundry's always right there.
It's right
Judd
here.
just lives in
Is that
room.
a dirty sock or is that a clean
it's clean.
pile?
It's
Okay.
clean. It's a clean pile. But like
Just
like
has
just
a
short
sock sitting
just a
next to his
short
pencil.
sock. It's just to my left here.
What kind of sock is that? Is that Fruit of the Loom or what are we?
Let's see here. It's a Hanes.
Hanes.
Fit.
Good old
Yeah.
Hanes.
Hanes fit. Yeah,
There it
kids.
is.
Buy these socks. Wear them.
Sure, that's clean.
I don't care what your girlfriend or wife says.
I'm not kidding. I have on that exact pair of socks right now. I'm not kidding.
Doppelganger in Sweden,
Show us.
baby.
Take it off and show us. Prove it.
Boy, yeah, I was gonna say I just picked
Ryan's
myself.
It's always
Rex
funny. People
Ryan's
like,
gonna
what do you
love this
guys
episode.
talk about?
The
on
white
Purple Daily?"
Hanes.
Oh
Small
God,
cut.
yeah, these are cousins. It's like that thing where it's like the Swedish city is like Carver or something like that, or Chaska.
Oh yeah, like in
Yeah.
northern Minnesota,
Yes.
like it's the sister sock.
This is the sister
Yeah.
sock.
Yeah, the
found each
sister
other.
city. The sister city.
Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on. Wait, I'm gonna get the flag out.
Wait, are you wearing Hanes socks?
No,
too?
I'm wearing Puma Costco socks.
Okay.
Costco makes great
Oh
socks.
God, yeah.
And every Christmas I get socks.
I'm not wearing socks right now, but if I was, they'd be Bombas. I'm a big Bombas socks guy.
Oh, no problem with that.
Anyways.
Anyway, great look.
All right. Well, Purple Daily. Thanks for tuning in here today. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Socks, ankle sock daily.
Write this down. I'll wear socks for the rest of the year. Okay.
Alex, we're going to start with you in your first prediction, and then Judd over to Dex, back to me. We'll make 3 trips around the room. If you're ready,
Write this down.
we're ready too.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, Judd, you're gonna have to take off the headphones here.
All right, hold on.
But
a
keep
second
the
here.
socks on. You can keep
Yep.
the socks
Hold
on.
on, I'm gonna mute this whole thing too. So.
All right, so you guys are gonna have to help quantify this one a little bit, but you get exactly where I'm going. So at some point this season, Judd will comment or reference both JJ McCarthy and Declan's performance at the same time while referring to being a new father.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this is
congratulations,
good. No.
by the way, Dex. But yeah, this has to hit. It's going to be a typo, or it's going to be JJ throws a couple picks some game. Judd's going to slide that in there instantly.
Yeah. We may even just like kind of coax him into this by doing like a weekly segment where we can check in on, we got the 2 new fathers at the peak of their craft. How are they holding up? And then he'll just walk right into it and get you the point that way. Love it. All right, Judd, you can come back. Could happen. It could happen today.
All right.
It could happen today.
You could.
There's a non-zero chance it happens on this episode.
Oh.
All right.
Let's put it that way.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Judd.
Over to me. Donovan Jackson will be selected to the Pro Football Writers of America All-Rookie Team
I thought you were going Hall of Fame there.
Me too.
after the 2025 season. That would be a hell of a...
In 2040.
I was going to say, okay, so Donovan Jackson will be selected to the Pro Football Writers of America All-Rookie Team for this season.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, he feels like one of the more just ready to step in
I think he's
first
gonna,
rounders,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Let's just say I'm hoping that's the case because it will have mean that the starting assignment went really well.
Yeah. No.
Write this down.
Okay, Dex.
All right, write this down. The Vikings will acquire a cornerback by week 1 who has played in at least 4 NFL seasons.
Played in.
Played.
So he's got,
Played in 4
accredited
NFL
with 4.
seasons.
Okay.
Yep.
4 seasons credit.
I think they're gonna look at this. They're gonna bring in someone, and look, it might be a body for a bit, and they could cut him before week. Like they could do this in the middle of training camp. They're like, oh, never mind, we don't want you. But I think between now and week 1, they'll acquire a cornerback who has played in at least 4 NFL seasons.
Okay. And yeah, and that could, like you said, that could be 90-man training camp roster, and he gets cut 2 days later. It still counts, right? Like that. They had a guy, the Patriots guy, Juwan, what's his name, last year. He was getting run with the ones, and then they cut him.
Write this down.
Anyways,
That guy.
I'm gonna go with this one here. It is also a cornerback prediction. We were doing a segment on latest Vikings news about like the ESPN did the surprise players or whatever for each team, and Isaiah Rodgers was listed. Now here we've been talking about Isaiah Rodgers for 4 months, so it wouldn't be much of a shock. But I'm going to quantify this. Isaiah Rodgers, write this down, will have the highest PFF grade, overall grade, of any Vikings cornerback that plays at least 100 snaps. So the likely candidates are going to be Rodgers, Byron Murphy Jr., Mekhi Blackman, and then maybe a fourth guy. It depends on injuries. But of the probably 4 or 5 Vikings cornerbacks who are likely to play at least 100 snaps, he will have the highest PFF grade. I think he's going to be good. And the fact that they've passed on 2 or 3 opportunities, if not more, to get like more established cornerbacks in here, it just speaks to the way they feel about him. So Isaiah Rodgers.
All right.
Write this down.
Hell of a season if he does it.
Alex, your second prediction.
All right, Mackie, it's your time. They got that one for this one.
I love what you're doing.
Hold on.
Yep. You gotta mute that thing. Take those off. There you go. All right, Alex.
All right. Well, vindictive Mackie here is gonna make a prediction, or not a prediction. He's gonna make a comment. In the very first Vikings vent line following a win this season, he's going to either say "you like that" or play the sounder at the beginning of the vent line.
Okay.
Referencing Kirk.
Yep. So at the beginning, though. So
yeah, it's going to be right away at the beginning.
It could not fall in
No,
the middle.
not in the middle. It's got to be, I'd say, roughly in the first, 2 minutes.
But him saying "you like that" could occur at any time within the entire episode, correct? Him saying
No, I just want it to be at the beginning. At the beginning. Because otherwise, "you like that," that's just so commonly said.
Okay.
It's got to be at the very. Yep.
Okay. All right. Phil can come back. He's not looking. Now he's looking. You look down for a second. All right. So. Okay, I was just going to see if he'd.
What were you about to say something?
I was going to see if he'd say it.
Oh.
I was just going to pause.
It's that urgent?
It might be. It might not. It might not be. I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to say. I'm not here to say what. I'm just. I mean,
what's up? If you think you're giving off some nervous energy right now,
could happen. I mean, I'm just.
Energy.
I'm just a little concerned about it.
What's going on? I'm trying to log the prediction and.
Is it like? Is it? Am I about? Because I've stepped into them before.
You have before.
10 minutes in.
We'll find out. All right.
Or one of them was Phil will make a joke about how it might happen on this episode.
I mean, that was genius.
That was the prediction.
That was smart.
Yeah.
All right. Write this down. Lucky Jackson or Ty Felton will lead the Vikings in receptions by a wide receiver in the preseason.
Oh, well, preseason. Some
little preseason. It's that time of year. We're getting towards training camp. We're getting very excited. But it's also, there's not a lot going on, obviously, that's fluid right now. So, yep, some preseason football predictions. Lucky Jackson or Ty Felton will lead the Vikings in the preseasons in receptions by a wide receiver, just in case a tight end gets squirrely.
Yeah,
or a running back gets squirrely.
We're getting close to Mr. Mankato territory here, where, in fact, I should make a note because it's probably 2 weeks away that we would do our Mr. Mankato.
Sure.
And for anyone that's new, I mean, the Vikings used to practice for years and years, training camp in Mankato. And when we did our old radio show on 1500 ESPN, and I think it was 2014 was the first year we did this, we coined the Mr. Mankato competition, under the radar, third round picks or later undrafted guys that pop up and flash at training camp and in preseason games. And we all get hooked, right? Audi Cole. There's Marcus McCauley back in the day. Adam Thielen was actually the first ever winner of the Mr. Mankato
and deny your
award.
gifts.
No, he took something. But
he
denied most of it.
He left the Funyuns. Yeah,
That's fine.
and the
Which we didn't hate.
styrofoam cooler.
Overrated,
from Quick Trip.
overrated chip, the Funyun. Everyone, I feel like people. Yeah, I know it's a hot take. I'm well aware of my hot take on Funyuns, but I think Funyuns are awful. Like one of my least favorite
awful.
bag of
Oh,
chip.
wow.
Yes,
Oh, I thought you just were
the
ambivalent.
smell of
Taste or
them.
the texture.
Both.
Okay.
If someone opening a bag of Funyuns, I will gag. It smells
dude.
horrible to me.
So are you
I don't
out
know
on
why.
like because they're kind of garlicky?
No, and I love garlic. Garlic's great.
Do you like
garlic's great.
onions? Like
Yeah,
onion
that's-
rings?
Yeah, there's something about it being in a bag that I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. Don't eat Funyuns around me, or I will.
Wait, so like, what if they're just like out in the open on
they've
like
been-
a charcuterie board?
and
or
they've been
something?
sitting out for like an hour, and there's probably no smell to them. That's probably fine. That's probably okay.
They are
Did they make
potent.
you sick once or something? Like,
No,
like this
I
sounds
just, like,
like
I don't.
something that happened.
No, they never made me
Onion
sick.
trauma.
Yeah, child. Yeah,
onion trauma? Yeah.
Funyun, yes.
Arby's roast beef sandwiches. That happened. I can't smell an Arby's. That actually happened. I got
Oh, that's a-
violently sick as a kid, and I can't even look or smell at one without having to go vomit. Yeah.
That's a shame. I mean, a good
But if Arby's wants to
roast
sponsor
beef-
Purple Daily, I mean, Deck's here for Jamocha Shakes. I'm all for it.
but Funyuns, who cares? Like, it's sort of weird, but I mean, but Arby's, I feel like you've been robbed of one of the essential food groups of life.
you know, another hot
Arby's
take.
roast beef sandwich with the horsey sauce. Oh, it's delicious.
The only thing is, at the risk of again alienating a future Declan product endorsement here, I always wonder, like, how are they only charging like $5.99 for 3 or 5 roast beef sandwiches? I'd feel more comfortable if it was like $10.
It's
Have
called
we
a
done-
gift.
You know,
It's
Have
called
we-
a gift from the people
don't
at
know.
Arby's. How are they charging it?
the math
How do you
doesn't
look
check
at,
out.
Do you look at miracles and say and question them?
if they potentially have food poisoning,
Yeah,
They're not going to be food poisoning, and plus the horsey sauce wipes out any problems. It's very strong.
Have we done fast food snake draft? Have we done that?
I feel like you guys did that when I was gone one time. Let
I've done
me
them all,
add
and
it,
I don't
and then
remember.
Well,
I don't
guess what
remember.
we're doing on Friday then? Although we might not have, we're
We might
kind
not
of,
have one this week.
We may not have a snake draft this week. We're kind of working through.
I'm
our
okay with
weekend
skipping
schedule.
one. I've been struggling lately.
There you have. I won again. Dominating fashion.
Yeah, you know what though? I felt good about my choices were right this
the
time.
public
The
didn't like
viewers missed it.
Got it.
Okay.
The previous week I was awful, but I mean, you know what? It's
Write this
fine.
down.
It's younger people. They don't know what they're doing. They're new in life. I love you people.
No. I think we're back to Declan here.
Yep. All right, back to me. So NFL.com right now is releasing their top 100 players. Like, it feels like it's like in 5 bunches. They only did like 199, and I think they did like the next 5. So currently, Aaron Jones, he's the first Vikings on this list. He's number 98. So for the top 100 Vikings for 2025. So write this down. The Vikings will have exactly 6 players in the top 100 for the 2025 season. Aaron Jones counts as 1, so there'll be 5 more Vikings players on this list when it's completed. So exactly
So-
6.
So Jefferson, Darisaw, JJ McCarthy.
I
be
think
top 5.
Grenard and Van Ginkel. I think they're in there.
Brian
And
O'Neill, maybe
Brian
borderline.
O'Neill, maybe Harrison Smith. Last year they only had 4, and Darisaw wasn't on the list at all. And Jefferson was like 18, which I know there's quarterbacks, but like that, even that felt like
Is-
criminally
who
low
votes
for
on
the
this?
best one of
Players
the best
And he was
wideouts.
below. I think he was below Jamar Chase, if I remember right, too.
Do players still vote? Is that the same thing?
I think so.
They have no
They
idea
don't
what
know.
they're
They
doing.
don't know.
No, they have no clue.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're watching film and stuff, but they don't.
Write this
Not
down.
of all the game. Only the opponents that they
Yeah,
have on their
Exactly.
schedule. Okay, my second prediction here. Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna start. There's some NFL stuff I want to put on the record here. I think I was looking the other day for an O-line committee segment, just like under the radar teams. Who's gonna pop every year? There's someone that like doubles their win total or more, like Washington, etc. How the Vikings did last year. I think the Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers.
The Panthers don't play. So their first 7 games are against non-playoff teams from last year. So their first playoff opponent is like week 8 against Buffalo, and it's a home game for them too. So I'm just gonna say this: the Carolina Panthers will be in those first 7 games. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In their first 7 games, the Panthers will be at least 4 wins or better. They're gonna get off to a hot start. The Panthers will be 4-3 or better in their first 7 games. Just gonna grab some real estate
Right,
here.
Quarterback can play.
Carolina Panthers Island.
If the
I
quarterback
think
can play,
I think
absolutely.
I made a prediction early about their over/under win total for the year. I think I bought that stock.
Gonna hit that over. I think it's
Gonna hit that
7.5 right now, something like that.
yeah.
6.5, depending on. Okay, back to Alex for your third and final prediction here.
All right. Let me know if you guys think this is enough for a touchdown. But in the London game, the Vikings will win by at least 2 scores, and that McCarthy throws at least 2 touchdowns.
So yeah, they'll win. They'll win by at least 2 scores. I think those alone would be, and then the
McCarthy,
2 touchdowns.
yes.
Yeah, for sure. That's a touchdown.
Definitely does.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome, man. Great work. Great socks. Great shirts. Everything's
Nice
just
hat.
kind of working for Alex here today.
Got the hat.
Since you've got this life-changing platform again, Alex, is there anyone you'd like to shout out or thank in your life?
Just my wife. Thanks for letting me kind of abandon ship with a couple buddies for 5 days with a crazy 4-year-old at home. Good luck to her while me and my buddies are in London.
Good luck, honey.
Good luck. That's all I can say. I'm just gonna leave a little snack box with chocolate and chips and slowly sneak out the door and get in the car and go. So, good luck to her.
I'm sure the kid will be absolutely fine with chocolate and chips too.
Oh, yeah, no,
Bouncing off the
he'll steal them if I don't hide them above like arm's reach. Yeah, it'll be gone.
I'm envisioning Alex like that Family Guy scene, just like slinking out of the booth and just rolling out the door, leaving a snack on the table.
Love it.
No, I kind of prefer the Clark Griswold getaway when they're staying at the Grand Canyon and they get in the car and go.
Okay.
Yep.
Kind of my theory.
All right. We've seen
Awesome
it.
stuff, Alex. Good luck with
Awesome.
your predictions.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll definitely see you again sometime, man.
Yeah, awesome.
Representing the Swedish sector of Purple Daily consumers, our guy Alex. Love it, man. Fireworks Forever is, if you're looking for a party this weekend, Fireworks Forever can probably help make that party a little more explosive, Dex.
That's right. More boom for less bucks at Fireworks Forever. You can go to fireworksforever.com to see pricing, coupons, and a full inventory. 2 locations in Somerset, Wisconsin, and St. Croix Falls. They have a friendly and knowledgeable staff. They also have actual pyrotechnicians on staff to help answer any questions. Plus, every time you look at a firework there on your shelf, you'll see a QR code. You can scan it and see what it does, so you know exactly what you're buying. Go to fireworksforever.com to see pricing and coupons. And go check out Fireworks Forever and stock up for the 4th of July.
All right, dudes. Our final predictions,
Write this down.
starting with Judd here.
All right. I am strangely, and I don't know why, excited about college football season. I think it might be because it's just a professional sport now, which is awesome. And we're paying guys a ton, which is great. But I have a Gopher prediction for the opener Thursday night, State Fair time, of course, when they play the Buffalo Bulls. Not the Buffalo Bills. According to the Action Network, the Gophers are 17.5-point favorites in that game. Buffalo 9-4 overall last season, 6-2 in the MAC. The Gophers will cover that spread.
Wow.
17.5 points. They will cover that spread. I don't know if that's a touchdown or not. That's more up to you guys.
No, I mean, it's the spreads are like meant to be
spread's
50,
set,
50, 50. So
Yep. No, I'm just saying. I think the Gophers. I'm saying that the Gophers right this time will cover that spread 17.5.
I think I would take that. I mean, they've had some weird clunkers to start their
Yeah.
seasons, like
That's
the
what I'm
North
saying.
Carolina game.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm actually excited. It's July. It's weird. It's July and ordinary. I like college football, but I'm excited about the start of the season, and I think it's because it's a pro sport now.
I mean, I'm very curious to see what happens with it, but I'm less interested in college sports in general because it's hard to know. Like the player movement is
Basketball, I agree with you totally.
way beyond reasonable. I get like in the NFL, players can move around, but they sign contracts for multiple years. So you know that like, oh, this guy's going to be around for 2 or 3 years.
Sure.
And this open transfer portal. So I don't know. I'm still going to be hooked and watching 9 college football games every week. But
basketball, I'm totally with you. I used to love college hoops, and now it's like it. I think because football rosters are naturally so huge, it offends me less, if that makes sense. Because like basketball, you used to know the star players on every team. It felt like.
Yeah. It's a combination of players, the best players leaving early in basketball and then transferring.
Write that down.
Anyways, back to Dex. Final prediction.
All right, write this down. I'll go the NFL as well. I'm going to buy this stock. Jackson Dart will start for the Giants in Week 1.
Ooh.
It looks like he's turning some heads early on in the OTAs and the mini camps and whatnot. Jackson Dart. Is this the next random quarterback that Dex hitches his wagon to? Is it Jackson? Now, he's a first-round pick. This isn't some, like, fifth-round. This isn't a JDB or, like, a Drew Lock situation where he's, like, not a first-round pick and just a backup that it falls in place as being a starter, or in JDB's case, that never happened egregiously. But Jackson Dart will start Week 1 for the Giants. Write it down.
You are a kiss of death there, though.
Yeah.
It feels like you adopt guys and then they immediately get flushed down the
terrible.
field.
Yeah.
I think the question is, when it's all said and done, are we going to look back and say that Jackson Dart had a better football name or career?
I don't like the spelling either. The X in Jackson.
Really?
Jaxson. I don't like it.
I'm with that. Just
spell your name like Jackson, for Christ's sakes.
You know what? As the old guy, I'm going to object. I sort of like it. It's sort of sportsy. It's football.
It's too clever. I think I'm team.
This is why my wife will spell our son's name on the birth certificate, because I'm certainly not going to spell it. So I'm going to have her spell it.
I don't mind it.
I think it'd be hilarious if you guys decided on a name and she slides the piece of paper over to Declan and says, "You figure out however you spell this. This will be
his legal
the rest of his life. This will be his name."
Is there a chance, without disclosing too much, is there a chance that there could be some controversy in how this young man's name is spelled?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's pretty cut and dry. There could be a couple variations, I guess, of the spelling, but we have it set on the spelling.
Oh, so you've decided on this.
We have a favorite name. We have a favorite.
Right. You told us that.
Yep.
Last week.
We have a favorite. Now again, if he enters the world and we're like, yo, you are not so and so, then we might audible that, and that might be a problem.
What's the appropriate timetable for, like, you've decided on a name, the baby's born, and now you're trying to figure out, like, are we for sure locking into that name now that we've put eyes on the baby? Is it like a week? Is it a day?
That's good. That's
I would say like a month goes by, and now it's like, all right,
I think these days don't people ordinarily have it very quickly? I don't feel like there's delays.
And you got to put something on the birth certificate, right?
So I feel like, I could be wrong on this, but I feel like by the time you're discharged from the hospital, you got to have that name
because you need the legal
documentation. So I would say maybe I guess you probably get, if things are good and according to plan, and you have a smooth delivery, I would say 48 hours. Right? You're in there for a couple nights. So
a full name picked out now?
Yeah.
First?
Yep, and middle.
Middle?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And what's clearly Declan Goff is Irish heritage. What's Kelsey's?
She's Italian as hell. So we are forbidden love. We are Irish and Italian.
Okay, so I feel like you're going with an Italian. I feel like it's probably an Italian name.
We should take some.
Which, by the way, is awesome.
And write that down.
By the way, I think I prefer Italian because it's got so much possibility.
She pushed, and I'm very against it. She wanted a junior. She wants Declan. I am very much against a junior. No. I want to be the only Declan in my house.
She wanted a Declan Jr.?
Mm-hmm. She pushed for it.
Can I ask, because I kind of want to make a prediction about this now.
Sure.
Yeah. Is it... I'm just going to ask two questions, and again, if this is too probing, because you don't want to, this is your child and your family here. But is it an Italianish name or more of an Irish name, or?
I don't feel like
it's one of the two. It's one of the two. I'll say this is like random.
Yeah,
this is like random Viking.
I want to guess.
This is like random
If he's going to make a prediction, I would say withhold that. I will object on your behalf.
I will say, just like random Viking, I will say it's one of those two, but I'm not going to give you the scent of which one.
But it is distinctly one of the two.
One of those two, yeah.
And is it? Would you say that it is like a common name, or is it a little bit more of a rare? Like Declan, when you were born, Declan was like more of a rare name, and I feel like there's more Declans out there now.
Yeah,
are you like on the front edge of this name, or is it like more of a traditional name? I
would say near the front edge. Yeah. I don't even know if I'd say near the front edge. I wouldn't say common. I'd say that. It's not a common name.
Okay. This kid is destined, but by the way, to have a hair trigger temper.
Oh, God, yes.
Between Declan and Italian?
Italian.
Yeah. Between my patience level, which doesn't exist, and the Italian in its blood, yes, this kid's
first
rage.
words might be, "I hate you both."
Okay, I'm gonna make a guess. I need Declan to take his headphones off.
All right.
I'm gonna make a guess.
I like where you're going.
I had a guess at first that was more probably traditional. All right, and this is, I don't know, man. But see, he might be wrong about. I'm probably gonna throw like 3 guesses out between now and when the baby's born. But I think
you're operating blind. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think the baby's name is gonna be Nico. Nico, and you could either choose a C or a K. Also, it could be like Nikolai or something longer.
I was gonna say, so I feel like that would be what the kid is called. But are you saying Nicholas?
No, like Nico is like more of an Italian version of it.
Right,
yeah.
but
I'm gonna take probably 2 or 3. I might take weekly cracks at this actually.
Okay, I love this.
And come back in, and you should you I want to tell you how to make your predictions.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a good feel for it.
You can come back there. You're good. Yeah.
I don't know if I have a good feel for it.
Well, I think one of us is gonna nail it. One of us is gonna nail this.
Okay, I'll send you.
Are you gonna make one on MJ, Jed?
No, I don't feel like I'm operating in a position of strength right now.
Oh, okay.
So
you're gonna
eventually,
think on it?
But Phil, I just Googled it. Of course, I won't say it now that Texas back, and AI did pop up the 2 possibilities of the full name.
Yeah, like the full. Yeah,
like the full name, like what the birth certificate would say, not what the child would be called.
Does AI already know what I'm naming my son?
No, it's well, maybe, I guess.
Yeah. What are Declan and Kelsey gonna name their son?
Actually, I think Declan's gonna put it up, much like the XL Energy Center is now Grand Casino Arena. I think any number of the places that Declan's a spokesperson
You've seen
for.
I've seen that.
That's the grad party commercial.
Exactly like that, where the kids
graduation,
like is something in tanning. And
Standard Heating Golf, in fact, which is going to sponsor this upcoming hot Vikings take. Standard Heating Golf.
Standard Heat. Actually, I just got in touch with Standard Heating. They hit me up because I need an AC tune-up. I'm due for one of those. And the best part about this is I don't have to get on the phone and figure out, I got to wait on hold. No, they just texted me. I confirmed a time. They confirmed a date. It was simple as that. And now they're going to be out here next month to take a look at that AC unit. It's that simple as Standard Heating. They want to make that as easy for you as possible. Let the experts handle that HVAC needs. There's no need to DIY this type of stuff. They came into this house before I bought it during the inspection. They looked at my rental place too. Yeah, that's right. Even if you're renting, you can still get Standard Heating to come out there and take a look at your HVAC system. So go to standardheating.com to learn more.
All right, Dex, what is the hottest Vikings take of the week here? What do you got for us?
Yeah, so I want to go back to the top 100 list, and specifically, I want to go back to Aaron Jones. So I feel like Aaron Jones, who, in my opinion, still had a very good year last year, had 1,500 all-purpose yards. They bring in Jordan Mason, who I am excited to watch and I think is going to be a very important part of this offense. But here is my hottest take. Aaron Jones is the most underrated player to the Vikings' success next season. So I feel like we also are trying to project JJ McCarthy. Obviously, the weapons here are great, and Jefferson and Addison, Hawkinson, and you got 2 guys in the backfield. Mason, I think, getting more of the fanfare because he's younger and fresher, and it gives the Vikings a different look on offense. But Aaron Jones was still a very productive back last season. I saw this from NFL.com. Jones was the Vikings when he was rushing the football. No other ball carrier reached. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I'm reading this wrong here. Jones proved he's still a capable workhorse in the role in Minnesota. He logged the most carries of his career, leading to a personal best in single-season rushing yards. So even though he's up there in age, he is still a very productive back. He can catch the ball very well. And Aaron Jones averaged a speed of 12.81 miles per hour on his rushes in 2024, which was the 6th fastest among running backs with at least 100 carries. So he's still got some speed to him. I know he had some miles in the tire here, but the Packers put him out to pasture, basically. The Vikings scooped him up. And I think with him and Mason in the backfield, I think Jones is the forgotten man here. So my hottest take is Aaron Jones is the most underrated player to the Vikings' success in 2025.
Okay. Judd, temperature of the take and correctness of the take. How would you rate this one?
It's an interesting take. I'm intrigued by its sort of philosophy, its philosophical viewpoint of the offense. I would say, oh boy, since they're underrated, I would say it's a mild take. Because, like you're saying, among those that we aren't crediting enough, which obviously takes out, like, it's not like you're saying that he's going to have a potentially bigger impact than Jefferson or something, which I totally get. So I would say it's a mild take, but it makes me think. Like it's a thinking man's take, I think.
It's a thinking man's take.
Yeah, because like it made me process.
Right there,
like I immediately started to go through the players that would qualify. So like I'm thinking about it, but I also don't think it's like this incredibly hot Tarek Skubal pitch.
Well, I mean, I think this show has been very excited, rightfully so, about Jordan Mason, because Jordan Mason brings just a tackle breaking, just sort of a different element than Aaron Jones brings to the table. And also, the Vikings need to be more effective scoring touchdowns on the ground and just being better in general as a rushing team. So I think we attribute, hey, if the Vikings running game is going to take a step forward and become a force, which it hasn't been yet in the KOC era, Jordan Mason's going to be one of the main reasons. Then the offensive line, and then you kind of get to Aaron Jones to support Declan's take. Also, Aaron Jones, it's funny because Jordan Mason's been in the NFL now for 3 years, and he's carried the ball 236 total times in 3 years, which is 20 fewer carries than Aaron Jones had all of last year. So, I mean, Aaron Jones is still in line to be the number one running back here. He was still awesome. Career high yardage, career high attempts. He's going to be the trustworthy back catching passes, third down. I mean, he's 51 receptions. Declan went over these numbers, but so yeah, I think this show I'll raise my hand. Say we've been pretty quick to just kind of put Aaron Jones off to the side over here when he is still going to be and should be a huge factor in this offense. They're not going to be a top 10 rushing offense if that dude falls off a cliff.
So I think what they learned and the Packers knew and the Vikings didn't take into account for, or it didn't work out, was Aaron Jones can't be the guy. And plus the running backs in 2025, a lot of times, unless you are that upper echelon, you don't have like one guy. So I think what this does is it puts the Vikings in a very favorable situation as far as having Aaron Jones' strengths be put on display. But I mean, what's the one thing? Because he did have a good year. The one thing is, how many times did he hobble off and then missed a series or missed two, right? So this, to me, allows Aaron Jones the freedom to showcase what he does well without the workload being put specifically all on his shoulders. And the guy who's going to help him is a red zone threat, and he is a hoss. Like, the guy who's going to help him is a tracked. I mean, that guy's going to bust through. Like, you look at,
he's a hoss, a bus, and a tractor, is Judd. All three of those.
He's going to bust through, and you wait, Phil, till you join me at training camp and you see Mason's lower body. It's like, whoa. Like, you look at Aaron Jones, right? Because he's sort of a sleek guy.
He skips leg day once in a while.
But then I just don't think God gave him the big legs. And Jordan Mason has all of that. So, like, it's the perfect 1-2 punch. But, yes, we probably have been too quick to sort of dismiss what Jones will mean, because I think Jones remains very important and could have a better season eye test-wise. Perhaps not statistically, but could have a better season eye test-wise based on Mason and the interior line's improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, so I agree. It's not the spiciest of takes. It is more of a thinking man's take.
It's a good July take, though.
It's a thinking man's take.
It's a good July take. Thank you.
It's a really good July take. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not insulting it. But it's hard to throw gas right now. Like, unless you're going to come out with something just sort of inflammatory. It's hard to throw gas right now.
We'll wait for the all Jag team on Monday. There could be some fastballs.
I'm done already. And I'm going to tell you
your big board.
My big board's done, and I'm going to tell you right now on the quarter century team. it was pretty cut and dry. Like I didn't have a
Dude,
lot of
the Jags are all over the place.
I'm like 5 deep some places.
It's also hard. We're gonna have to have some debate over like, are they actually a Jag? I've also summoned, just for some crowdsourcing, a couple football loving friends, and now my phone is just like every day I'll just get the name of a random Jag Viking
Guys
from
who
like
played
1999.
Yeah.
Someone, our guy Eric Eager actually texted me Hunter Goodwin. Yeah, just literally the text was Hunter Goodwin.
when was his last year here though? Because it's got to be 2000, right?
No, this is.
I was gonna ask that. We have to make sure that we're getting Jags right pre-2000, like Jags that probably even I have forgotten about.
I was gonna say, or didn't see play.
Yeah. So this is all right. So just we have an email thread, but just to define it even further, and then we'll do more of this leading into Monday's all-time all Jag team. How are we defining Jag? It's just a guy.
Yep.
And the way that I tried to put it into words is a player who started or played a prominent role for at least a season with the Vikings.
Yep.
That was nowhere near All-Pro or Pro Bowl caliber, but also not a disaster. Mm-hmm. It's just but it's a highly replaceable professional football player. So there's like Christian Ponder, for instance, is below a Jag. He's just awful, and he's a bust.
Correct.
And I don't want to spoil the whole exercise, but there's a bunch of quarterbacks in Vikings history they're professional quarterbacks, and they're not going to be in the Pro Bowl.
Okay,
they're just a guy, right?
Sure.
So, and then I said all time, but I think we're going to probably kind of draw a line there in like the late '80s for anyone who's like 50 or younger. That the bulk of the audience is like 50 or younger.
Yeah.
So if we start going into the late '60s, it's going to be kind of tough.
No. We for sure shouldn't do any Jags of guys that we didn't see play.
Yeah. And you're going to be able to, there's some guys, I have a couple guys on my list that I'll throw you some names. It's like, I kind of remember this guy, and you'd have to tell me if like Rick Fenny is a Jag.
I'm like 5 deep on some places for just the quarter century. So like this is this is going to be picking apart a lot of history here.
Yeah. I mean, most of them are going to fall probably in the last, like since 1995, just because that's our.
Yep. And the game has changed too. Like in fairness, the 80s and the 2000s are so far apart as far as how the game is played, and how things transpire. So, but I am looking forward to it, and it's going to be quite the exercise.
It's be great. That'll be on Monday as we continue our off season of just ranking random fun things here. Purple Daily. Click that like button, the subscribe button on the Purple Daily YouTube channel. And we just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die. See you tomorrow, Thursday.